Did you know your clothes can trick your brain into feeling more alive and it shows on your face within seconds? It's not magic, it's psychology. Today, I'll show you 5 dresses that do exactly that. They don't fight time, they work with it. Each of these designs was chosen not because they're trendy, but because they create a subtle shift in posture, energy, and the way you carry yourself. When fabric moves with you, when lines guide the eye upward, when color supports your natural glow, your entire presence changes. This isn't about hiding age, it's about revealing vitality. Because if you've ever looked in the mirror and thought, I feel young inside, but my clothes don't show it, you're not imagining it. Our brains respond to visual cues, shapes, colors, textures, more than we realize. And the right dress doesn't just flatter your body. It reminds your mind of your own rhythm, your own lightness. That's the real beauty secret, not anti-aging, but pro-confidence. In this video, we'll explore 5 silhouettes that blend psychology with design, each one crafted to lift, elongate, and reawaken your natural presence. You'll see how a wrap dress builds confidence through movement, how an A-line midi restores balance, and how a fit and flare silhouette rekindles joy. These dresses aren't about changing who you are, they're about aligning how you look with how you feel. If this message resonates with you, I'd love for you to join our community by liking this video and subscribing. That way, you'll always have a space that celebrates aging with grace, confidence, and authenticity. So, let's begin with one of the most iconic pieces in fashion history, the wrap dress, and discover why it remains the most powerful expression of effortless confidence. The wrap dress isn't just a fashion staple. It's a quiet conversation between comfort and confidence. Fashion psychology tells us something beautifully simple. When a garment adjusts to you, not the other way around, your brain reads that as empowerment. You feel more in control, more at ease, more you. And that's exactly what the wrap dress does. Its V-shaped neckline naturally draws the eye upward, lengthening your torso and posture in one visual motion. That little lift changes more than how you look. It changes how you carry yourself. Then there's the waist tie, adjustable, forgiving, and deeply symbolic. That small act of wrapping and tying the dress yourself, it's a reminder that you set the tone. You decide the fit. And the beauty of that? It's not just physical, it's emotional. Every time you tie it, it's like saying to yourself, I'm still shaping my story with grace, and on my own terms. Even the movement of a wrap dress tells a story. When the fabric flows instead of clings, your brain perceives fluidity as vitality. You look alive because you feel alive. That's why, for women over 60, the wrap dress isn't just flattering, it's life-affirming. Now let's talk about how this shape can serve different body types, because the magic of the wrap lies in how personal it can be. For apple-shaped figures, look for a wrap that gathers slightly under the bust. It highlights the narrowest point of your torso while letting the fabric glide softly over the midsection, effortless, graceful, never forced. For pear-shaped bodies, the wrap balances proportions beautifully, drawing the eye upward and defining the waist while softening the hips. For straight or rectangular frames, the crossover line creates gentle curves, adding dimension and flow the illusion of an hourglass, but without stiffness or structure. Choose fabrics that move with you. Jersey, crepe, or matte silk. They drape beautifully, keep their shape, and forgive small fluctuations in size. Avoid overly stiff cottons or thin, stretchy blends. They either restrict or lose shape too quickly. 3/4 sleeves are the sweet spot. They visually slim the arms and balance the neckline for timeless proportion. A flutter sleeve adds a feminine touch without bulk. And when it comes to length, aim for midi, right below the knee or mid-calf. It elongates the leg line, giving a refined, flowing silhouette. If you're petite, shorten slightly to keep it light and balanced. Small adjustments that make a big difference. Add a simple camisole if the neckline feels too low. Modesty doesn't have to mean losing style. For fuller busts, hidden snaps or a small modesty panel will keep everything secure and comfortable. You don't need a closet full of wrap dresses. You just need one beautifully made piece in a color that complements your quiet glow. Maybe a deep navy, soft teal, or rich plum. Then play with mood. Add a silk scarf for sophistication, or a light belt to define the waist. That's not minimalism, that's mastery. Because when your clothing aligns with your rhythm of life, it stops being fashion and becomes ritual. A daily act of self-respect. The wrap dress is the perfect reminder. Comfort and structure can coexist. Ease and elegance belong together. And when you find that harmony, aging doesn't feel like something to fix. It feels like something to honor. Now that we've explored confidence through movement, let's talk about balance, the kind that grounds you while keeping your silhouette timeless. If the wrap dress is about movement and adaptability, the A-line midi is about harmony, that subtle sense of proportion that brings peace to both the eye and the mind. The A-line silhouette has survived every fashion decade for a reason. It never competes with your body, it complements it. The design starts with gentle structure fitted at the top, gradually widening toward the hem. That quiet A shape follows your body's natural rhythm without clinging, giving the illusion of lift and balance in one effortless motion. Designers call this visual ease. Psychologists might call it emotional comfort, because when your clothes feel balanced, so do you. And for many women at this stage of life, that's exactly what style should be, not another performance, but a sense of ease. There's also nostalgia built into this dress. Many of us remember seeing our mothers or teachers in silhouettes like this, dresses that respected the body, never forced it. They weren't tight. They weren't shapeless. They were simply right. And that's what the A-line midi restores, the quiet dignity of balance. And part of that balance comes from how effortlessly it adapts no matter your body shape or proportions. How it flatters different shapes for pear-shaped women. The A-line skims over the hips and thighs, balancing the body's natural curves while keeping focus near the face and shoulders. For apple-shaped women, a slightly raised waist seam, just above your natural waist, defines your shape while letting the skirt float softly over the midsection. For rectangular figures, the gentle flare builds graceful curves and adds movement where the body is straighter, soft, feminine, natural. Choose structured fabrics like cotton sateen, light ponte, or a soft wool blend. They hold their shape and flatter beautifully. Avoid fabrics that are too flimsy or overly flowy. They can lose that clean, architectural line that makes the A-line so elegant. Once the foundation feels right, you can start to add gentle definition, not to change the shape, but to highlight its grace. If you love definition, add a thin belt in a coordinating tone. It should whisper proportion, not shout decoration. And always remember, the charm of the A-line lies in balance, not restriction. That's another reason this dress is such a keeper. It works year-round. In winter, pair it with tights and ankle boots. In summer, swap to sandals and light jewelry. Add a cardigan or structured blazer for an instantly polished finish. Once you find the right A-line, it becomes your wardrobe anchor, the piece that makes getting dressed feel easy again. Because at 60 plus, true elegance isn't about impressing anyone. It's about being comfortable enough to be present. When balance becomes second nature, comfort naturally follows. It's the quiet confidence of feeling at home in your clothes. If the A-line is about balance, the Empire Waist Maxi is about ease, graceful, breathable, and deeply feminine. It's the kind of dress that invites you to stand taller, move slower, and breathe deeper without even realizing it. At first glance, the design is simple. A high seam just below the bust, and a long flowing skirt. But in practice, it does something quietly transformative. That raised waistline visually lengthens your body, while taking pressure off the midsection, one of the areas many women prefer to soften, not spotlight. This shape gives the illusion of height, creates graceful posture, and replaces tightness with freedom. Fashion psychology calls this embodied confidence when your clothing physically supports how you want to feel. And the Empire Waist does that beautifully. Why it works for mature bodies. Age. For apple-shaped figures, the high waist draws the eye upward, defining the bust and letting the skirt flow smoothly over the stomach light, flattering, never forced. For petites, a slightly shorter hem helps elongate the legs, keeping proportions elegant and airy. For taller frames, the vertical flow creates a statuesque effect regal without rigidity. The Empire Waist Maxi shines in drapey fabrics, rayon, viscose, or modal materials that move with your body and catch light gracefully. They're soft, breathable, and ideal for warm days or relaxed evenings. Avoid stiff weaves. They can interrupt the gentle line that makes this style so serene. Natural fibers also help with temperature regulation. They keep you cool and comfortable, especially when you're out for lunch, traveling, or attending a summer wedding. Design touches that matter, built-in lining, or light bust support keeps everything smooth and comfortable. If arthritis or shoulder pain makes dressing difficult, choose side zippers or stretch panels. And if you find the perfect dress, but not the perfect length, get it hemmed. The right hemline changes everything. Accessories should echo the same serenity: a long pendant necklace, a soft shawl, or low sandals. This silhouette doesn't hide the body, it honors it by letting it breathe. Because after 60, elegance isn't about control anymore. It's about comfort, confidence, and grace, living side by side. If the Empire Waist Maxi expresses grace through movement, the textured shift dress expresses it through simplicity. The shift is timeless, a straight, structured silhouette that's been reinvented every decade, yet never feels dated. And that's exactly why it works so beautifully for women over 60. At this stage, simplicity isn't about minimalism for its own sake. It's about clarity. In fashion psychology, that's called visual calm, when clean lines and quality fabrics quiet the noise, both in your outfit and in your mind. The shift dress embodies that peace. It simply flows straight down, creating vertical lines that elongate the body and smooth the silhouette. For mature skin and softer features, texture adds life. It creates dimension, a soft reflection of light that adds warmth without relying on prints or patterns. Think light tweed, jacquard, or subtle embroidery materials that whisper refinement. They draw the eye gently, never sharply. That's how you achieve sophistication without excess depth, through simplicity. Why it flatters every figure. For rectangular figures, the shift mirrors your natural proportions, creating balance and symmetry. For curvier shapes, choose a structured fabric that keeps form while allowing ease around the hips. For thicker waists, the straight line elongates the figure and softens the midsection naturally. The key word here is refinement, not restriction. Once you've found your perfect shift, let the simplicity do the talking. Keep the hemline at or just below the knee. That's where the proportion feels timeless. Use tone-on-tone color for harmony, like ivory with pearl jewelry, or navy with silver. Add a scarf or earrings for a hint of personality, but don't overcrowd the simplicity. This dress carries quiet authority, the kind that doesn't ask for attention, yet always earns it. Because by 60, we've learned that real sophistication isn't loud, it's understood. After exploring calm sophistication through the shift dress, it's time to reintroduce movement, because movement is life. The fit and flare silhouette is the perfect balance between structure and joy. It's fitted where you want definition and free where you want freedom. It's the kind of dress that makes you want to move a little spin in the mirror, a relaxed step across the room, a smile you didn't realize you were wearing. Psychologists call this expressive motion when physical flow triggers emotional energy. That's why the fit and flare is so special for women over 60. It doesn't fight the body, it celebrates it. It frames the shoulders, defines the waist, and then lets the fabric dance. It brings back that youthful sense of lightness, without ever pretending to be young. Why it flatters every body, for pear-shaped women. The structured bodice defines the waist and shoulders, drawing the eye upward while allowing the skirt to skim over the hips gracefully. For apple shapes, the gentle flare draws attention away from the midsection, balancing the figure with soft, effortless motion. For petites, the vertical sweep of the skirt lengthens the frame, creating a graceful, elongated line. This dress is like good music, balanced, rhythmic, and instantly uplifting. Fabric and fit essentials. Choose light crepe, soft cotton blends, or ponte knit. They give structure where needed, but flow beautifully when you walk. Avoid anything too heavy, you want the skirt to move, not stiffen. 3/4 sleeves are ideal. They flatter the arms and bring visual balance. Or try a short flutter sleeve if you want a hint of playfulness. The waist seam should sit at your natural waistline, not empire high, not dropped, so your proportions stay harmonious. And here's the fun part. This is where you can safely reintroduce pattern. Soft florals, small geometric prints, or tonal designs in sage, misty blue, or blush rose add personality without overpowering the elegance. Because joy, at this stage of life, it's luminous. The fit and flare lets you express that. It's not about looking younger, it's about feeling alive. After all, style after 60 isn't about reinventing yourself. It's about reconnecting with yourself, the woman who still loves movement, music, laughter. And now that we've explored the power of shape and flow, let's unlock the element that truly brings every look to life: color. Color is more than what you wear, it's how you feel before you even look in the mirror. It's the soft light that makes your skin glow, the quiet tone that steadies your mood. And when color flows in harmony across your wardrobe, from one silhouette to the next, that's when true elegance appears. Because great style isn't built from hundreds of shades. It's woven from continuity. Every woman needs a palette that feels like home, 3 tones that move gracefully across every dress you own. One deep color that brings presence. One neutral that brings balance. And one accent that brings joy. These are not limits, they're anchors. They give your wardrobe rhythm, just like harmony gives music its peace. Now, imagine how these tones breathe life into the dresses we've explored together. When your wrap dress moves with you in a deep navy or soft teal, it radiates confidence, a tone that steadies your presence while letting the fabric flow. When your A-line midi rests in a warm taupe or muted rose, balance appears, the kind that feels poised but never polished to perfection. Your empire waist maxi in soft amber or misty blue becomes light itself, a reflection of serenity and ease. A textured shift in ivory or charcoal holds quiet sophistication, where texture, not print, becomes the detail that speaks. And the fit and flare, that joyful silhouette, dances best in accents of coral, sage, or periwinkle. Colors that move with your energy, not against it. Each dress becomes a different verse in the same song, distinct yet connected. Because when your color story feels cohesive, you no longer wonder what to wear. Everything simply belongs. And that sense of belonging, calm, confident, unmistakably yours, is the real luxury of style after 60. So, here's what these 5 dresses really represent. They're not trends. They're translations of confidence into fabric, of self-respect into silhouette. Each one offers something deeper than flattery. The wrap dress reminds you of control. The A-line brings balance. The empire waist gives grace. The shift offers serenity. The fit and flare rekindles joy. Together, they create what I like to call a wardrobe with soul. Because after 60, beauty isn't about erasing lines, it's about wearing them with pride. Every dress, every color, every detail becomes part of your story, visible proof that elegance only grows stronger with time. So tell me, which of these silhouettes speaks to your spirit most? The confidence of the wrap, the calm of the shift, or the joy of the fit and flare? Share it in the comments, because your story matters here. This is a space where women over 60 are seen, celebrated, and redefined. If this video inspired you, give it a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe, because together, we're proving that aging isn't fading. It's evolution, and that, my friends, is the most beautiful kind of style there is.